Hey, it's another day in Rise. So today I want to do some practice on the simulators because I don't really know very well how space stuff works. Clearly I am able to fly in the atmosphere, but not so much in space. So today I want to try a couple of things. The first thing I want to try is to do a suborbital flight to Arcridge. So here we are at the dais around here. You can see my mouse, right? Yeah, you can. And Arcridge is all the way over there. So we're going to do a suborbital flight to get to Arcridge. And also, as you can see, Arcridge is kind of like in the middle of the ocean. And there is a small landing platform. So landing there is going to be a bit of a meme. But we'll see how that goes. I tried that once already and failed miserably. Another thing I want to try is I'm going to try to maybe get to the Easy Dock, which is this thing on the map here. And hopefully by the time we're done with Arcridge, Easy Dock will be closer to Dais, so we'll be able to meet up with it more easily. And since we're going to be flying to the west, I suppose this is the kind of departure that we're going to have to use. There is no ATC in the simulator, but I'm going to try doing that just because I can, because that's how I'm going to have to fly the real thing if it comes to that. Which probably not gonna happen anytime soon, to be honest, but might as well prepare if we can. Okay, let's go into the simulators. Kinda hate how slowly you walk, but that's just how it is. This is a T-19 simulator. We don't need that because T-19 cannot go into space. And here's W6 simulator, which is the one we want.
Synchronizing onboard computer with portable device. Juno, flaps, positive rate.
And you can see that graphics in the simulator are all blurry and kind of crappy, but well, that's how it's intended to be because it's the simulator. Not sure how I feel about this decision, but well, that's just how it is. Now, the thing is, we are actually on the proper runway. We are facing north. So nothing is stopping us from actually taking off properly. So let's review the thing once again. Now where is it? So we go to runner, and then we turn to 301 degrees at 1500 meters. So let's do that. Bop and a bop. And let's go, I suppose. No parking brake. I don't think we need flaps. Let's start flying.
Juno, flaps, positive rate.
Okay, set up the autopilot, heading and altitude, enable, more altitude, 1500 meters. It's a bit more difficult to see the instruments in W6, unfortunately, compared to A4. Like, I can barely read anything on this MFD here. That's kind of annoying, but that's just how it is, I suppose. Autopilot isn't doing a very great job at keeping the heading that I want. Maybe I should just use roll setting instead of heading. Oh well. This is a simulator, so we don't really super care about anything. But that could be a problem when we fly the real thing. While we're getting to runner, let's check the chart again. Then we're gonna have to turn to 301 and climb to 3500 to Prima. Okay. Oh, by the way, let's set our waypoint to Arcridge. Kind of forgot to do that. There it is. It's a prison, by the way, in case I forgot to mention. And it's 6,000 kilometers away, so that's not really the kind of distance you'd be able to fly in A4. So that's why we're gonna need to do a suborbital flight. Yeah, autopilot in this thing is really not the best ever. I'm setting my altitude to higher altitude so it doesn't dive again. Yeah, hopefully it will just fly normally now. And it still cannot keep 000 heading for some reason. I don't understand why. And we kinda missed the runner because of all those shenanigans with the autopilot, but whatever. I guess I have to use just 0 degrees roll setting for W6. There's the sea to our right. That's the sea you fly across when you go to Alphaville. There is something in front of us. I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe some farms or something. Anyway, this is where we make the turn to 301. And the altitude was 3500, but let's set it to something lower at first, like 3200. And then we will increase it after the autopilot overshoots, because it probably will overshoot. Yeah, we're turning to Prima. Everything is as intended. Maybe I should do the same thing with my heading. Like, let's set it to 310 and then we will adjust it slowly.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
What sync rate?
Sync rate.
Oh, we are actually losing altitude. Why are we losing altitude?
Pull up. Pull up.
More engines?
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Full engines?
Stall. Pull up. Stall.
All the engines.
Stall. Pull up. Too low. Gear. Stall.
Well, that was shitty. I don't understand why that happened. I wasn't paying my attention to any of the speed that I was having anywhere. Not the vertical speed, not the ground speed. But I really don't get it. I mean, we were flying just fine. Why the fuck did it stall for no reason? I guess this is what happens when you just let the autopilot do everything. Strange. Oh well. We didn't crash, I guess, so that's good. We're still flying to Prima, we're still climbing. Our heading is almost what we want it to be. Okay, after Prima, we need to turn to Lofty at 5500. 249. Okay, 249, 5500. Yeah, let's start turning now, and I'm gonna pay attention to my ground speed. And hopefully we're not gonna super fall out of the sky again. Let's turn first and then set up the altitude after. Yeah, our speed is still good. Yeah, this autopilot really overshoots on this thing. Maybe it is better to fly it by hand. Okay, now let's set the altitude to 5500. Actually less than that, so we can adjust it later. Do we have a waypoint actually lofty? Yeah, we do have a waypoint. $5,500, heading 249. It's still overshot a little bit. Let's just set it to whatever it has right now. Yeah. Okay, good. We're actually flying straight at lofty, so at least we hit one waypoint properly. So that's nice. You don't have to be super precise with these waypoints, but still. And after lofty, it says to go to digit, but we don't actually have that, because somewhere at this point it would already say to you like resume normal navigation or whatever it is that they say to you. So you probably wouldn't even have to hit lofty at all. Definitely not digit, but whatever. And from lofty we're just gonna turn to our target, which is Arcridge, and we will start climbing. And I guess I want to get to like 100 kilometers altitude. Okay, let's turn to our waypoint. I don't know the exact heading to it, but you can see like the purple marker is where the autopilot is set to, and the green marker is the direction of your waypoint. Okay, so this is good enough, I suppose. So now let's just go full throttle and let's start climbing at like 45 degrees, I guess. Maybe that's too much, but I think it can work with an empty aircraft. So let's shut off autopilot. Disable flight director as well with F. Now we got like 45 degrees angle, full throttle. And now we turn the flight director back on and turn on the autopilot again. You can see it has pitch set to 46 degrees, 0.7. This is kind of a trick because you can normally only set it to like 20 degrees up or 15 degrees down. But if you shut it off and then you enable it again, it just uses your current pitch and roll, and that's the way you can trick it into keeping a different angle than it normally allows. Okay, so we're climbing at full throttle towards our destination, which is 6,300 kilometers away at this point. And we're gonna climb to 100 kilometers or so. I will probably not be able to do it like exactly 100 kilometers. But like somewhere around would be good enough. We are slightly off course. That is not super great, but well, that's not really a problem because we can just adjust after we get back into the atmosphere after our suborbital hop, or whatever it's properly called, I don't know.
Passing sound barrier.
Good to know. I wonder if we can see anything. No. Can't see shit. Maybe we'll be able to see the planet after we level out. But then again, maybe not. Just stuff looks really strange in the simulator. So I don't know. The heck is this waypoint? I don't know. 60 kilometers, maybe I should pitch down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think we're climbing pretty fast, actually. Maybe we should pitch down even more. '86, 87 kilometers. Yeah, I should probably just be level at this point. Can we see anything? No, we can't see shit. Oh well. We got our instruments to look at. And now we're just gonna be accelerating up to like, I don't know, 3 kilometers per second. Maybe more. We'll see how this goes. We already have 2 kilometers per second. And also we need to keep our eye on the vertical speed indicator, because we don't want to be dropping down back to the planet, because we're not in orbit. we don't have the orbital speed. So I'm gonna be firing up the VTOL engines just to push ourselves up so we don't lose altitude. And I'm probably gonna have to do that for the duration of the flight. Yeah, I should have been doing that earlier, because you see we're losing altitude now. It's like not a big deal. We're still at 97 kilometers, no problem. But I should pay more attention to it. We're at 3 kilometers per second ground speed. Yeah, you know what? Let's do 5. Let's do 5 kilometers per second. Already got 4. I actually don't know which speed is more important at this point. Is it linear speed that you can see under the autopilot settings, or the ground speed that you can see on your artificial horizon thingy? Oh, we actually got orbital information right below our waypoints. And it says apoapsis surface, so it means that if we're just gonna keep going, we're gonna fucking crash into the planet. So that's a bit unfortunate, but we're not gonna let that happen, obviously. And we are at 5 kilometers per second, so I'm gonna cut the engines now. We are not accelerating anymore. And now I just need to keep an eye on my vertical speed so I don't fall down too much. And we already flew like 1000 kilometers closer to our target. And for now we're just sitting here at 100 kilometers altitude, flying at 5 kilometers per second. And I guess we're gonna have to just sit here for a little while we're getting there. And when we get closer to like, I don't know, maybe 1000 kilometers, 1500 kilometers or something, we're gonna have to start slowing down. So I'm gonna stop the recording for now, and when we get closer I'm going to resume it. Okay, yes, okay, we're actually closer than I intended to be because I fell asleep a little bit. So now let's start braking and see how it goes. Let's switch to reverse thrust.
Reverse thrust.
And start burning and see how fast we actually slow down. Let's slow down to 3 kilometers per second at first. And then we'll see how it goes. I would also like to fly in a straight line, so I was using my side engines to make sure the flight path vector is in the middle of our artificial horizon, but you probably cannot see it very clearly on the video. Just trust me, just trust me. And yeah, I guess it was a good time to start slowing down because we're already less than 1000 kilometers away. And we might just as well overshoot it. So let's just keep slowing down, I suppose. I think in order to attempt re-entry we need to be down to like 1 kilometer per second. Otherwise our aircraft is just gonna go up in flames, which is not something that we want, obviously. Yeah, okay, 3 kilometers per second. Let's slow down to 2 for now. I don't really have a very solid idea on what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of winging it. I've seen a video of this being done, but I don't really understand the science behind it. Okay, we are at 2, a bit less than that. Let's fly a little bit more, like this. We're 640 kilometers away from Arcridge. Let's maybe get to like 500, 400 maybe, and then we can try re-entry. Yeah, now that we have slowed down, we're just falling much faster towards the planet. And so I have to, like, pretty much keep my finger on the upward thrust button so we don't lose altitude. $480 kilometers. We can actually see the waypoint on our radar thingy. Alrighty then, let's start slowing down, I suppose. If we have to fly it in the atmosphere for a while, that's not going to be a problem. But if we fuck everything up and die and learn nothing from the experience, that's going to be a problem. Need to slow down faster than that. Full reverse. We are probably gonna overshoot it. I guess we'll just have to turn around then. Okay, we are below 1 kilometer per second.
Forward thrust.
Let's pitch down, let's say 20 degrees maybe. And hopefully this will work out. I think the thing we need to keep an eye on is this. This is airframe temperature, I believe. So if this goes too high, that means you're in shitty situation. I think we're falling like really... Oh, our G's, we are pulling too many G's. Pitch up a little bit.
Passing sound barrier.
We cannot pitch up, I don't think. Let's give it some thrust. We're just really falling down really fucking fast, and I'm not a fan of that. Okay. Can we keep it like that? Yeah, I think we pretty much survived. So that's okay. Let's just try to keep flying normally. For now. We're still 240 kilometers away. Oh, god damn it. It's not what I want, autopilot. It's like the opposite of what I want. There we go. 0 pitch, 0 roll. And let's switch it to like heading altitude actually. Oh, we went into the clouds. That's fine. We're losing altitude still for some reason. I just don't understand why. What's up with that? Yeah, exactly. Why is it stalling? I am at full fucking throttle. What stall? I'm sorry. I'm at full fucking throttle. Why are you stalling? Yeah, okay. 12 kilometers altitude. I think we're not falling out of the sky anymore. I just really don't understand this craft. It did the same thing on takeoff. I don't understand. So now let's change our heading a little bit so we're flying towards the actual destination. I think it's fine. Probably, maybe. Alright then. So we're just pretty much flying in the clouds in normal mode, so I guess that's not very interesting to look at. And we're still 200 kilometers away from Arcridge, so I guess I could have started braking later than that. I'm gonna have to study this recording and figure out what's the best way to do stuff in order to get as close as possible to the actual target. But yeah, for now I'm gonna stop the recording again, and I'm gonna resume it when we get closer to our destination. Alright, now we are at 50 kilometers away at 3,500 meters, and we're gonna land this thing, or maybe we'll just crash into the ocean. Who knows what's gonna happen. Let's, I suppose, lower to 2,000. I really wish cloud layer was higher in this game, but oh well, such is life. As I've mentioned multiple times, I kinda really hate flying only looking at the instruments and not at the scenery around me. But that's how it goes in space sims, I suppose. I also haven't really thought about it, but I guess it's gonna be nighttime, maybe, at Arcridge. So that's not really gonna be optimal at all, but I hope the landing platform is actually lit up sufficiently. "40 kilometers away, 2 kilometers altitude." This is a simulator and literally nothing bad is gonna happen if we crash it, but I still feel kinda nervous. Also, it took a metric factor of fuel now that I'm seeing it. Just almost half of our tank is gone. But I suppose it's gonna be half of a tank like no matter where you go, because you just need to like accelerate and then you need to brake, and it's gonna be the same. Because for the duration of the flight, after you get to 5 kilometers per second, you just shut down your engines and you're not using any fuel. So it doesn't matter if you're doing 6,000 kilometers or 10,000 kilometers or whatnot, it's gonna take you the same amount of fuel roughly. "30 kilometers. Let's lower some more to like 1,500. We're also, of course, a little bit again. That's fine. 20 kilometers away at 1500 meters. Let's slow down a little bit maybe. I'm just kind of worried about slowing down because I'm afraid this thing is just gonna fall out of the sky again and I won't be able to save it because we're on a landing approach. Okay, let's get down and see. Oh wait, we can actually see it. We're below the clouds. I only just noticed. Because I was just looking at my screens and I didn't notice that we can actually see Arcridge right in front of us. There it is. Oh wow, okay. No, it's not like we're going to be able to see much because, you know, simulator graphics aren't the best. This is a bit spooky because you can't really tell where's the sea and where's the fucking sky when everything looks the same. Well, I guess I... Is that ground? No, that's just the line on my windshield. This is fucking scary. Okay, I suppose we should be flying by hand now at this point. We're just 10 kilometers away and that's gonna be real quick. Okay, autopilot can fuck off now. Also, let's slow down a bit more. I'm gonna try to match flight path vector with the waypoint. I don't know what of all this stuff that I'm seeing is the actual landing pad. I know you can use TVM mode to assist with vertical landings, but I don't know how it actually works. Flaps down, gear down.
Gear down. Landing lights activated.
Landing lights activated. Oh, we also need parking brake. Wouldn't want to roll off the landing pad, right? The problem is I don't know which one of these is the fucking landing pad. Is it that one thing to the right? Might be. Might not be. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand what I'm looking at. I'm just 3 kilometers away. Yeah, it has to be that thing. And I'm really approaching at a shitty angle. This is really not ideal. I'm gonna fuck it up. Like, I should normally just turn around and leave. But,
Sync rate. Sync rate.
TVM?
Pull up.
No, TVM is not working.
Pull up.
We missed it completely. Fuck, okay. Completely missed it.
1,000. 1,000.
Well, that sucked. But at least we didn't crash, so I can try again. The angle was really bad. I tried to go for it, but the angle was really shitty. It's probably gonna be shitty again, but we'll see how it goes. Let's try to turn around. I wish I... No, it's not that I wish, it's that I should have given myself more space. But, oh well. We're too high as well. Okay, now this is gonna be a better angle. Let's cut the engines for now. I don't want to speed up any more than I need to. We're really too high. We're way too high. Yeah, we're gonna need to try again. This is never gonna work. This could have worked, like, as I said, too high. Okay, let's try to turn around. I was too busy paying attention to my heading, and I wasn't paying attention to my altitude. Okay, it's 5 kilometers away again. Let's give ourselves more space, because 5 was clearly not enough. And we're still pretty high. Okay, let's turn around now. Careful. Careful. There it is. We have a good approach. Gear down, flaps down, park and brake enabled. We're not too high, we're lined up properly. This is hard. Maybe I shouldn't even bother with TVM. What if I just like reverse thrust completely when I'm over the platform? That will have to stop me, right? I'm gonna do the reverse thrust because I don't trust TVM and I don't understand how it works.
Sync rate. Thrust. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Forward thrust. Pull up.
We just... fuck.
Pull up. Pull up.
We just barely missed it. Just barely. Just fucking barely.
Pull up. Pull
Uh...
Pull up. Synchronizing onboard computer with portable device. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Minimums. Minimums.
Yeah, we like almost did it. We had a good lineup. I just did reverse thrust too early. So I just fell down just short of the platform. Like scraped the nose of my aircraft on it. Should have waited a little bit more. Now the dumb part about it is that I cannot fucking retry it without flying there again for like an hour. So that kinda sucks. But oh well. At least we have learned two things. Like the first thing, like fuck TVM. The second thing, the platform is oriented in such a way that you should approach from like 4 cardinal directions. And that reverse thrust really does work, but you have to just do it later. Yes. Maybe I should try with TVM like some easier landings that are not in the middle of the fucking ocean, just to figure out how it's supposed to like help you land in VTOL mode. But I don't know, we're gonna do that next time. I also wanted to fly to the space station, as I said, but this kinda took too much time and I just don't really want anymore, and I need to drive with Mike anyway, like right about now. So whatever, I'm just gonna stop the video here, so thank you for watching and see you next time, goodbye.